In the heart of Accra, Ghana, lived Kwame, a hard-working young graphic designer, struggling to rebuild his life after years of disappointment and heartbreak. Though talented and kind, life had not been easy for him. He spent most of his days inside a small design studio, quietly chasing dreams that often felt far away. Not far from a busy university campus, Amma, a calm and soft-spoken young woman, managed a small roadside bookshop. She loved books deeply and dreamed of one day becoming a writer, even though life constantly reminded her of her financial struggles. One rainy evening changed everything. As heavy rain poured across the streets of Accra, Kwame hurried through the storm, searching for shelter. He rushed under a small wooden kiosk beside Amma's bookshop and accidentally bumped into her, sending books falling into muddy rainwater. Startled, both quickly knelt to gather the scattered books. In that quiet moment beneath the rain, their eyes met for the first time. The noise of the city seemed to disappear. Amma smiled softly while Kwame apologized nervously. Something about that brief encounter felt warm, peaceful, and unforgettable. Days later, Kwame found himself returning to the bookshop again and again, pretending to buy books he barely read just to see Amma. Their conversations slowly grew from shy greetings into deep emotional talks about dreams, pain, and life. Soon, they began spending evenings together, walking through lively streets in Accra, sharing roasted corn from roadside sellers, laughing under glowing streetlights, and watching sunsets near the ocean. For the first time in years, Kwame felt understood. Amma encouraged him to believe in himself again after years of failure and self-doubt. In return, Kwame motivated Amma to take her writing seriously, constantly reminding her that her stories deserved to be heard by the world. As the weeks passed, friendship quietly transformed into love. One evening at Labadi Beach, while golden sunset reflected across the waves, their hands touched gently for the first time. Neither of them spoke much. Their smiles said everything, but happiness did not last forever. Amma soon received heartbreaking news from her family. They had arranged for her to travel abroad and marry a wealthy man who could provide a better future for the family. Confused and emotionally torn between family responsibility and true love, Amma slowly began distancing herself from Kwame. Her messages became shorter. Their evening walks stopped. The once warm connection between them slowly faded into painful silence. Kwame was devastated. Unable to express his emotions through words, he poured all his heartbreak into art. He spent weeks creating a powerful exhibition filled with paintings inspired by Amma, and every special moment they shared, the rainy night they met, the roadside walks, the beach sunsets, and the dreams they once built together. The night before, Amma's flight abroad, curiosity and emotion pulled her secretly to the exhibition. As she walked through the gallery, tears filled her eyes. Every painting told their story, every color carried emotion, every artwork reminded her that no amount of money could replace genuine love. Overwhelmed with regret and emotion, Amma rushed toward Kotoka International Airport, determined to make the right choice before it was too late. Rain poured heavily that night. Inside the crowded airport, Amma searched desperately through people and flashing lights looking for Kwame. Her flight boarding announcement echoed repeatedly through the terminal. Then finally, outside the airport in the rain, she saw him standing alone, quietly. Kwame turned around slowly. Amma ran into his arms, crying and smiling at the same time. Holding him tightly beneath the rain, she confessed that she could not trade true love for wealth or comfort. Kwame embraced her as emotional music rose softly in the background, and the rain continued falling around them. Months later, Kwame and Amma opened a beautiful creative cafe and bookstore together in Accra, a peaceful place filled with books, artwork, music, and love.